I have no idea at this point. Personally, just based on what Doc Rivers have said and what I've heard, I'm preparing myself for the possibility he doesn't play. I mean, it seems like a stretch. Chris Haynes on TNT last night mentioned that yesterday was the first day Joel Embiid could look at his phone without feeling some sort of pain and discomfort. Looking at your phone to playing in a bright arena in front of 20,000 fans is a big, big jump. I hope he can go. He's had an MVP level season. This is just awful timing. And the series without him has frankly been boring. I can't remember a second round series being so boring. The Sixers have been drawing dead. Even when they were within 8 last night, there was no sense that the Heat might not win this game. So we're going to cross our fingers, but I don't like what I've heard.
So, Vince, as they go home, we can all sit here and say, well, they've got no chance. They've got no chance. Do they have any chance? Does James Harden have anything left in him? One unimaginable performance tomorrow night to carry this team?
Greeny, saying that they don't have a chance? No, they're at home, so anything can happen. But there's a stat that I want to look at. When they traded Ben Simmons and got James Harden, they traded some shooting. And my question was, where will you get your shooting? You know, things are going to be tough for James Harden. They're going to load and put bodies on him. But where will your shooting come from? From their supporting cast, which will be their shooters now, 4 for 16. And that would be, let's say, Danny Green, Korkmaz, and Niang. And then it's been tough for James Harden. Danny Green, I think, was 1 for 9 from three-point line. James Harden, 1 for 5. So it's just, right now, they're not hitting shots to open things up because everybody is loading, and the ball has to move. If you want to make the game easier for James Harden, in my opinion, the ball has to start from one side to the other. Let him get a live dribble. Right now, it's just too many dribbles, too many buys, too many eyes on him right now, and particularly if he's not beating guys off the dribble.
You made the point to me this morning in a conversation, I think it's really an informative way to put this, that one of the things working against Harden here is that basketball is supposed to be a 5-on-5 game. But what does this look like to you?
They're playing 5-on-4. You're taking the potential of the MVP out of the game. All right, they're playing 5-on-5, offensively and defensively. No rim protection. He can get the ball anywhere they want, anytime they want, get it to the front of the rim, middle game, nothing's contested. And offensively, when you have Embiid on the floor, all of a sudden there's a set of eyes. You've got to help. You put him in a ball screen with Harden, all of a sudden that's a problem. You put Paul Reed in a ball screen, no disrespect. Jordan in a ball screen, no disrespect. It's not the same. They're playing 5-on-4 offensively and defensively, which puts so much pressure on Harden because Harden isn't the guy who he was. That's just the way it is.
Yes.
Look, he's not in world-class shape. He can't get by people. And then every time he shoots it, it comes off differently. So they're playing 5 versus 4 offensively and defensively. They're done. Explain
to me what that means, or the audience, because you told me this morning, when you say his misses don't all look the same. What does that mean?
Well, when you're in world-class shape and you have your feet underneath you, all right, you're gonna basically know what your miss is going to be. You're going to be miss short or miss long, but you're going to have your feet underneath you. You're in balance. Vince, you understand this. But if you're not in great shape,
yes,
all right, then all of a sudden when you come to a stop, maybe you're not on balance, or maybe you're leaning a little bit to the right, so maybe you're going to miss to the right, or you're going to miss longer. This one possession, you're on balance, so you might shoot a little longer, a little shorter. Like, to me, the best players, your shot starts with your feet. It starts with your conditioning. If you're in great shape and you can get your feet set, your shot starts from the feet up. And quite honestly, his inability to be in world-class shape has hindered his ability to be a shot maker.
Now, Vince, there was a moment in time when James Harden, he led the league in scoring multiple times. You would have said, all right, let's just put the ball in his hands. He'll find a way to win us one game.
And get out of the way.
For whatever reason, is he that guy anymore, Vince?
He's not that guy. I mean, I think, we always go back, Houston, it's not. Trust me, I played long enough where they say, Vince is not that guy anymore. He can't do this, he can't do that. But can he evolve quickly? Can he say, okay, I'm not that guy, but let me outsmart the guy in front of me. Let me move the ball fake, little things like that. And, that takes a little more effort. Let me be the first to tell you, it takes a little more effort to outsmart someone now because maybe it's less dribbles. You're just quicker and just more decisive with your decision making or just getting off the ball early. Like I said, I really feel for the James Harden that he is now, he needs ball movement, live dribble, instead of just dribble, trying to create. How about a swing to James Harden, live dribble, when the defense is now moving from one side to the other, trying to load up on him. Let's just try something else to make the game easier for him.
Zach, is it reasonable to say that when he was at one time, he was the straw that stirred the drink? Now he's just sort of a piece. And they have too few pieces in the absence of Joel Embiid to put up a meaningful fight in this series. Is that a reasonable way to look at it?
Oh, yeah. Without Embiid, I just don't see any roadmap to them doing anything in this series. And for as non-Harden-y as he's looked, Embiid is everything. The Harden-Embiid pick and roll with this limited James Harden has still been unstoppable because Embiid is so good as a screener, as a jump shooter, as a finisher. Without him, they just don't have enough cards to play on offense. And I'll tell you this, Greeny, James Harden can still opt in to $46 million for next season, which would be the final year of his contract. He did not do that as part of the trade. I think there was some expectation around the league that he would. He didn't. This is now looming as if they go out like this and he goes out like this is now looming given his relationship with Daryl Morey and probably what was expected upon the consummation of that trade. This is looming as one of the most interesting subplots of the season and something that could go in some very unpleasant directions because I don't think, as close as those dudes are, as whatever was expected upon the trade, you cannot throw 5 years, $250 million at this version of James Harden. Tyrese Maxey has been the better player now for a couple of weeks. This looms as a really interesting offseason subplot.
I totally agree with you. I'm going to put a pin in that because we're going to come back and we're going to I want to do that completely separately because the one thing that the Embiid injury does, it sort of gives them an excuse if they want one. You know, but for the injury to Embiid, who knows what we might have done? Maybe we're still playing. Maybe we're in the championship now. It can sort of play that either way. Let's come back. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.